right, we're in Cologne. Gamescom is kicked off. Xbox briefing.
Excitement all the way.
Well, I guess we just talked a little bit about it. Lara Croft stole the show, even though we didn't really see much of her.
No, I love the fact that basically I'm actually going to find Crystal Dynamics on the show floor, and they're going to give me about that much extra to what they give me at E3. Yes, exclusive. We're thinking obviously timed exclusive the way they sort of said for fall 2015, but even landing that just says something about the need for exclusives and basically the Giants not really having much this generation. I mean, still no one's really interested in, oh look, you can get extra exclusive DLC exclusively. That's like, nah, it's not a big thing. That, however, is something from the dark ages yet again. So yeah, big announcement. But I figure there's been a few other big things that happened over the course thing. For yourself, what do you think?
There was a lot of indie games. I think some of them were sort of standing out and really exciting stuff. Obviously, Microsoft is trying to sort of warm up to this whole indie movement thing, and they've got big numbers, perhaps not as impressive games as PlayStation right now, but we did see Super Hot. It's coming out first on
Super
Xbox.
Hot, that's the name, right? Super Hot.
Super hot.
So I was like, this is funny. No, it's not funny.
Pomo.
My brain, I was fucking dying, man, I swear to God. But what what I was trying to segue into, because we might notice Bengt's voice is slightly going. I had a Foogie game the other day, so his throat is red raw. So to talk about this before you break down, and you can't talk anymore for the rest of the show, Quantum Break. Now, this is a game we've been talking about for ages, but I know you personally have been so looking forward to what the reveal is. Now they've showed the gameplay, now they've shown a little glimmer of what it is. What do you think? I mean, what's your impression?
Well, I mean, I think both of us were a little bit like, oh, it's just an action game. That's the first reaction that came out of this presentation. But I think that's also, this is a press conference. You can't really show the story bits, the sort of the adventure game. Hopefully there's some of that as well in there. Storytelling, narrative. This show saw, you know, what's a cover-based shooter with that sort of time element thrown in there. They even shot at an exploding barrel. I mean, it doesn't get much more.
We're thinking it's ironic. We're thinking they're doing some mega commentary on action shooters, and then the next reveal will be something completely different, you know? I actually remind me a little bit of Watch Dogs, that idea of cover shooter with slightly altered mechanics. Visually, obviously, phenomenal, the freeze frame and stuff like that, but I did want more. I mean, and you could have heard a pin drop when he was like, no, the gameplay debut. Everyone's like, what's this going to be? Because I genuinely thought Remedy was going to end up doing almost like a Beyond Two Souls thing, maybe not QTE-wise, but leading more towards that and sort of navigating away from the third-person adventure, you know, doing something a little bit dynamic.
Well, it would be strange, though, Remedy game without a gun, that is sort of shooting is sort of their...
Without a gun, and certainly without a coat. I want to know what the new make a coat is, you know? They could do this. They could partner up with some fashion, you know, guys somewhere and do it.
Get them any ideas. It's bad enough. Bad enough with the Metal Gear Solid stuff.
Oh, God, yes. But they weren't the only big announcements. I mean, there wasn't, like, anything extra beyond that. I mean, we got more...
bundles and that sort of thing, yeah.
I mean, that for me, I was quite happy with seeing the white Xbox, and I know a certain cameraman of mine might be a little bit like he's smiling already. He loves the white console, I swear to God. Yeah, bundles, FIFA, Sunset Overdrive, Call of Duty, pricing a little bit different in each one, but I guess what you're getting there. What I want to know...
with the Call of Duty one, right? Yeah. The terabyte of...
That's a lot of DLC coming, although we shouldn't be surprised. What I thought was interesting, though, was they were saying about there will be a download code available. Now, I know this is probably impossible to do, but wouldn't it be cool to be able to buy a bundle and the game's already preloaded on it? You're not having to worry about sorting out the net things. Obviously, you're playing Call of Duty, you're going to have an online connection, but just a little thing, so I'm not sitting there going, you know what my download speed's like at home. I'd be sitting there for 3 days with this gorgeous console not being able to play anything. Come on!
It is a little counterintuitive, that thing. You have to wait for it, but usually you can start playing within maybe an hour or so once you've downloaded. It's sort of part of the game, right?
Again, my download speed. That's not going to happen.
5 hours.
4 or 5 hours. Make a cup of tea, get something to eat. But yeah, we saw more of Assassin's Creed. We saw more of Forza. We saw more Call of Duty.
That pre-download, though, that's a big thing. They announced that it's coming now to Xbox Live. I think a lot of fans have been waiting for that. Not have to wait to buy digital at the launch day, but actually buying it preloading and sort of getting on there when it starts. I think that's a big deal for Xbox One owners.
Yeah, it's Forza FIFA first, rolling out on selected titles. Well, hopefully the feedback will be that good. They'll try and do it pretty much all across.
I think any title that sort of warrants that sort of preload where fans want it, it's going to happen with, I'm sure. We also got a date for the Evolve beta, January now. So a month earlier. So I guess it's not going to be like completely game-changing things they're looking for, more the
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also got a little sneak preview of, when I say sneak preview, again, that millimeter thing of Halo 5, of Guardians of the Beta and stuff like that. At least the direction they're looking towards.
Sounded very much like going back to the roots with the Halo multiplayer. It's sort of, don't talk about Halo 4 too much.
We took a creative dead end, now we're reversing, we're looking elsewhere, yeah. I think Master Chief Collection...
Channel, everything. It was a lot of Halo.
It's Waypoint 2.0 again.
Yeah. It's obviously they're backing that hard this fall. That's their big thing. And seeing as Call of Duty sort of moved in the Halo direction, there's going to be, hopefully, Xbox fans are up for a lot of Halo stuff this fall.
You got Call of Duty, you got Titanfall, it's a hard one to call. It looks so similar these days. No. But sort of to wrap up, personal highlight of the show, what was the thing that stood out for you?
I thought Ori and the Blind Forest looked really good. I've played it before, and it's just gorgeous graphics. Yeah, I think that's probably the game that stands out for me the most.
Personally, for myself, another indie title, Below. I also got to play that at E3, and I actually talked about it in my preview. The fact is, I was sitting in a Ram bar at about 11 o'clock at night, 200 people around me drinking, stumbling and stuff like that. I put on a pair of headphones, and that just transported me to that gorgeous cave sort of dungeon crawler thing. There is obviously, Forza Horizon 2 for me, in the preview as well, like sort of said, the graphics they didn't really stand up to what I expected. That blew me away. Obviously, it's a show reel. Obviously, it's going to look brilliant. But for me, Forza, brilliant. But Below, oh good God, and it's next year. It's next year. Hopefully, though, a few titles coming out before the end of this Christmas.
Yeah. I think we're wrapping up before my voice is out. I still need to save it for some interviews. But yeah, Gamescom has started.
Gamescom and though it will continue.
Yes.